is our envelope that we printed. Now you can print yours or you can embroider it or whatever you want to do. After I printed mine, I printed the whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. There were some white edges, but I wasn't really worried about that because it's going to be hidden in my seam anyway. I went back and cut the top of it to trim it up. I didn't want a pointy top of it because I felt like that would be a little more difficult to sew actually. So this is what I have. Then I cut a piece to match it. Then I have a piece of fabric that's 8.5 inches by 9 inches. And I'm gonna fold it like this, just like that, okay? So we're gonna put our Santa envelope face up, our folded fabric, we're gonna line it up with the bottom of it. Then we're gonna put our other fabric that matches face down. We're gonna sew all the way around, except we're gonna leave a hole to turn it. I'm gonna start sewing right here. I'm gonna sew all the way around, and when I get back to right here, I'm gonna stop. Straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam, back stitching when you start and when you stop, because my grandma said so. Now I had this great idea. I want to add a snap to mine, but the snap set I have, I don't love. I have the pliers kind, and I've ordered the kind that you hammer. So when it comes in, I'm going to add a snap to each one of my envelopes. I put my finger in the hole, and now I'm turning my project right side out. I'm going to use a chopstick to poke out my corners. Use whatever you want. Fingers, handy dandy tool. Do not use your scissors. You'll be sorry. I'm gonna go iron mine. You go iron yours, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we printed it, and it turned out great. Here's the second one I have to make. And I want to show you the difference in the printing. This is before I sewed it, and this is afterwards. It's almost like rubbing against the fabric disturbed the ink somehow. So I'm gonna try ironing this one before I make the envelope and see if that helps. If you have any tips or tricks, drop it in the comments, because this is a really neat thing to be able to do, but only if it actually works. Now, I've made my envelope. Here's your sweet envelope. Look. And I'm gonna top stitch here, down, across, back up, back stitching when I start and when I stop, because my grandma said so. Now you could add a piece of Velcro or a button to the back of this to hold it closed if you wanted to. My goodness, it's really cute. Really, really cute. This one I printed and sewed. You see how muddy it looks, like it smeared the ink on there? This one I printed and I ironed it, and then I sewed it. But I wonder if, and it looks better, but it still doesn't look as good as it did to start with. I wonder if a heat press maybe would do better, or maybe one of y'all have a trick. And I don't mind what this looks like on here because I wanted them to look vintage and worn, so it's perfectly fine. But I would hate it if I wanted this to look like it had looked when we printed it, and it didn't look like that anymore. These are adorable. Don't forget to download your free printable and look in the comments for any tricks or tips that other people may have. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.